Well, don't you know she just burst my bubble. I was so excited. I thought I found a couple of new mobs that she wouldn't know about, she meaning my daughter. And I told her about the first one, which is today's block, the Allay. And so she looks it up and she's like, oh, it's so cute. But she hasn't run into one yet. The Allay is new in one of the recent updates. He is a small, flying, wisp-like neutral or passive mob. And his job is to just collect and deliver. So you as the player, if you give it something like, say, a carrot, it'll seek out and find all kinds of carrots for you. So it's kind of interesting. So this block was made with both Premier Basics and I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby. Mostly the I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby because that's what I had for blue. So the colors that I used on this block from the I Love This yarn are soft blue, medium blue, Arctic Ice, and from the Premier Basics line, white and fern green for the border. So I am using a 6mm crochet hook for this entire project, and each block is made from a graph that is 8 by 8, meaning 8 bobble stitches wide and 8 rows tall. The stitches that you need to know in order to complete this project are a chain stitch, a single crochet in the back bump, a regular old ordinary single crochet, and a bobble stitch. A bobble stitch is just 5 double crochets together, followed by a single crochet in the very next stitch. When you look at your chart, you're going to read it from left to right. If you are right-handed, if you are left-handed, you would read it from right to left. Mainly because when you work your bobble stitch row, you're working on the back side, and when you flip it over, if you want your block to look like the chart, then you need to read from left to right if you're right-handed, or right to left if you are left-handed. And then when you turn it over to the right side, it will look just like the chart. We chose to do the bobble stitch for this project because we're making pixel art, but we're using our crochet hooks and yarn instead of crayons or markers. So in this next clip coming up is a demonstration on how to do each of the stitches that you need to know how to do for this project. So if you've already seen the clip or you're familiar with the clip, feel free to skip ahead to the end to see what the Allay looks like. If you are new to this project or you just need a refresher, then this is for you. So we're going to take a look at that now. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is make a slip knot. Each one of the graphs, you will chain 16 plus 1 for a turning chain, so a total of 17. You will then turn and do a single crochet into the back bump. In 16 of the chains, you're going to skip the first one. You will back bump, single crochet all the way across till you reach the end of the row. And when you get there, you should have 16. Okay, so I have 16. It should look like this. Both sides look nice. Makes it easier for when you add the border. So for the first bobble row, you will chain 3. Turn your work, and we're going to do 4 double crochets incomplete double crochets into the same stitch that our chain stitch attaches to. So you yarn over, go through the stitch, pull your yarn through, and go through 2 loops, leaving one on your hook. You now have 2. Yarn over, go through that same stitch, pull your yarn through, go through 2 loops. You now have 3. So you can do that 2 more times. We now have 4. So we need 1 more. And that makes 4. Okay, so we have a total of 5 loops because of our chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you want to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. And the very next stitch, you do a single crochet. That single crochet is what gives you the nice pop-out bobble. That makes our pixel or our bit. So each bobble stitch after the first one in every row, you do 5 double crochets together, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to do that for a total of 5 times. So that was 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to yarn over, pull through all 6 loops. You had 6 on your hook because you had 1 loop remaining from the single crochet. Then you follow that up with a single crochet. And then repeat that for the next bobble. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. This is 3 and 4 and 5. See how we have 6 loops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yarn over and go through all 6 and follow that with a single crochet. And see how our pixels are popping out? Okay, so you will do that all the way to the end of the row. When you get to the end of the row, your very last stitch is a single crochet. And it should look like this with 8 bobbles. Yes, it's going to curl up at first. As your work moves along and it grows, it flattens itself back out. So for the next row, which is the beginning of row 2, we do a single crochet, turn our work, and then we're going to place a single crochet in each stitch. When you do above the bobble, make sure you're only getting those top 2. Don't work down into this. You're going to put a single crochet into the single crochet and a single crochet into the top of the bobble, all the way across. And when you make it to the end, you should have a total of 16 single crochets. So it should look like this. A row of single crochet all the way across. Then you will, for your next bobble row, you will chain 3, turn your work, and do the 4 incomplete double crochets into the first stitch. The first stitch meaning the same stitch that your chain 3 is connected to. Pull through all 5 loops and follow up with a single crochet. So when you get to the part where you're going to do a color change, you want to do it in the single crochet. So pull your working yarn forward. Bring in your new color, leaving a nice tail so you can work it in. And you're going to complete that single crochet with the new color. And, pull it snug, not super tight, but pull it down snug. And we're going to work over top of those. So we do a bobble because our color change was in the single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through them all, and a single crochet into the next stitch. Now this particular one has 2 of the black bobbles. So do the second one. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through all 6. Go to do my single. Now I need to go back to my other color, and I carried it with me. I don't always carry it with me, but these are such a small surface that when I only have 1 or 2 blocks of one color, I will carry the color with me if that is what comes next. Okay, so I'm going to pull my black forward, bring up my other color, complete the stitch with that, and we're going to tighten it down. You know, just make it a little snug. And then we go right into the bobble stitch. Single crochet. Okay, so that looks nice and clean from the front side. Oh, I didn't bring my scissors with me. Okay, so I'm just going to let that fall forward there and move on to my next bobble. Okay, so depending on which pattern you're working on, you're starting to see it take shape. You will continue this process for all 8 rows, and then we will come back for the border. Okay, once you've completed your block, you want to put a border around it. Each of the blocks will have a border just to make them easier to sew together. So you're going to start wherever you would like. And some people like to start in corners, some people like to start on the actual edge of it itself. So you're going to single crochet into each stitch across the top. And each stitch across the bottom. When you get to the corner, it is a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet into the same space, chain 2. We're going to work past the bobble and into the stitch where the bobble and the single crochet meet on the side. Sometimes it can be tough like that one was. Okay, chain 2, skip over the bobble and come into that single crochet. That one was a little easier. Chain 2, skip over the bobble, go into the single crochet. So that is how you handle both sides. And the corners are single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Across the bottom and the top is just simply a single crochet into each stitch. The second round of the border is double crochet in each stitch across the top. Okay, the corner gets 5 double crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you come down the sides where you did the chain 2 gets 2 double crochets, and the single crochet gets 1 double crochet. So 2 double crochets into each chain 2 space and 1 double crochet into the single crochets. So you will work that all the way around, the top and bottom, 1 double crochet in each stitch, all 4 corners, 5 double crochets, and the bobble sides where the chain 2s are, 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet into the single crochet. And once you complete that second round, your block border is complete. So it's 1 round of the singles and chain 2s and 1 round of double crochets. And it looks pretty darn cool if you ask me. Okay, looks pretty simple. It is. Once you get the hang of it, you get that muscle memory going, it is pretty easy to do. So let's take a look at how this little guy turned out. He is a cutie. So here he is. He's blue. If you Google what a Minecraft Allay looks like, he is all blue. Different shades of blue. So this is my version of the Allay in the 8x8 block. I forgot to trim off my string there. This is what the back looks like. And when you turn it flat, you can see how the bobbles pop up to give us that look of the pixels or bits. Whoops. I almost sent him flying. And this was my bubble burst. He's just too cute not to share. But he is not a mob. He is a mod, M-O-D, which I didn't know there was a difference. But he's just too freaking cute. Can you guess what he is? He's an orca. And I was so bummed when I told her that I came up with these 2 new mobs for the blanket. She's like, thought it was super cool about the Allay, but then she says, the orca's not a mob, it's a mod. And I'm like, what the heck is a mod? And why do they do that to me? They need to have words that don't look the same, because I could have had, you know, a moment where I saw mod, but my brain read mob. And yeah, so that was that. So we got our Allay and the orca, and he's just too stinking cute. So you will find a link to the graph down below in the description. You will also find links to the other videos in this series for the different blocks that go in our blanket. And if you are ready for the next one, and I'm sure you are, all you have to do is click on this box